Hi, I'm Charlotte Smith here at the local DAV to hear testimonies from veterans.
My name is Neil King, known as Toji. I'm from Elizabethtown.
My name is Luther Wright. I'm a service officer here at the DAV, and I'm from Bladenboro.
After I graduated advanced school, I was sent to Vietnam, and again, a 18, 19-year-old kid. I can remember the battles, some of the battles that we were in. And a lot of people don't think the Air Force were involved in battles, but we were. And, yeah, I can remember being in a foxhole firing and crying at the same time. Just scared to death and just kept firing. I got out, when I left Vietnam, I come home, got out, went to UNCW, got my degree, stayed out a few years, and then went back in the National Guard and had a bunch of different titles, positions, but I retired as the Brigade Food Service Sergeant for the 30th Brigade out of Clinton. And I spent a total of 31 years in service.
And you, sir?
That's Luther Wright. I'm the son of Charles and Janie Wright. Charles Wright, who is a Vietnam veteran, Commo Communications. I entered service in 27 December 1975, and I went to basic training, which led me to a myriad of positions and places. I traveled the world as an infantry soldier, fighting the America's battles, and also doing a lot of peacekeeping. And I also did the Olympics in '98 as a meteorologist. I did deployed in many different places: Hungary, Afghanistan, Bosnia, Turkey, Africa, South Africa, even did Iraq, which was a conflict where I got injured. Did a whole lot of things while I was in the military. I was also the replacement NCOIC, which was EA's position, upon exiting the military, and I got out in 2005.
His injury was he was shot.
It was a nice injury, you just take what you get and keep moving. Hate that it took me out of the fight, but again, there's always business to do in the rear for the American people, and that's what we continue to do, and push forward and do what we needed to do. But it was a great time in the military. I love doing what I did for my country, and I appreciate the opportunity to be able to do what I did for my country. I just wish that those who who aren't and don't do it, were a little bit more aware of what a soldier has to endure during his military service. It's not just we train, go fight, come back, and it's all okay. It's an indoctrinated period. You have to know, it's not a choice. The only choice is you go home or you stay and do what you have to do. That's the choice. When we say we make men or women within weeks, that has to happen, because that's the choice you made, to be there or to go back home. And when you get any soldier that's been there in a period of 10 years, of a year, even a year, that soldier has a great sacrifice, even less than a year. Making it through basic training is a great, and I mean, it's a tremendous feat. It's where you have accepted the indoctrination of your country in support of you. And you are doing the work of your country at that point in time. And that's when you get your job, you go on to your MOS. And again, MOS can change daily, yearly. I could be shoveling poop one day, and that was just a part of the job, And the next day, I could be teaching a general, a 4-star general. And that's what the gap in your service is, because there's no real job. It's the service of the United States of America, and that's what you're there to do, to make sure that we do not fail at any cost.
So, what awards did you receive? Did you receive an award for your injury?
I was given a Purple Heart, but it was not presented to me in the proper way. And I'm not complaining. I thank God that I finally did get it. I think a year later I was asked to come pick it up as an office CQ desk. I also have, if I'm not mistaken, it's 9 to 12 ARCOMs, and those Army Achievement Medals, which are AAMs. I know 12 of those. I have my overseas ribbon. I have good conduct medals. There's just a whole lot of medals, and I don't, as a soldier, you don't get tied up into that. But we do have. I do at least have a lot of awards and decorations behind my 10-year period of service.
And where were you at when you were shot?
I was in Iraq.
In Iraq.
Yes, we were doing the push out of the Baghdad International.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm Commander David Brown from the Chapter 99. I entered service in 1981, and the first time I was retired was in 93 due to jumping out of airplanes too many times. I broke my back. And then they recalled me in 96 and retired me again in 99.
And what branch did you
Army.
serve?
I was a paratrooper. I was one of what they call the crazy people. Because we jumped out of perfectly good airplanes, is the way they put it.
And what rank were you?
E6, Staff Sergeant. Actually, I was promotable E7, but I didn't take it.
Where all did you serve?
Oh boy, it's gonna be fun to tell this. I started at Fort Benning for my basic training in AIT. Fort Bragg was my actual brother duty station in the beginning. I went to Germany, Baumholder, Germany. I was there for 3.5 years. From Baumholder, Germany to Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Was there from 86 to 89. From Fort Campbell, Kentucky to Korea. I spent a couple months there. Come back from Korea, was assigned to the G3 Corps headquarters, 18th Airborne Corps at Fort Bragg, back with the 82nd again. From there, I went to, I gotta back up a little bit. When I was with the 82nd in 1981, 82, we wound up going to Honduras-Nicaragua border. There was a little conflict going on there, so we went there. It was called Operation Golden Pheasant. And from there's when I went to Germany and moved on. We went to Grenada. It was an interesting little tiptoe through the tulips. Went to Germany, Korea, Fort Campbell, back to 82nd again, but I was assigned to the 18th Airborne Corps headquarters as part of what was called G3 Current Operations. So every operation was going on, we knew about it. Everything. It didn't matter where it was, we knew about it because we briefed. I did a lot of briefings to the Corps Commander, which then was General Luck. Or no, excuse me. General Luck was the second one. General Steiner was the first one that I briefed. I worked under him, General Luck, and then I believe it was General Shelton. But the other generals I worked under were General McNeil and General, we called him General Needham. We called him Nukem Needham for a reason. He would nuke you in a second and not think twice about it. If he thought something was wrong, he would let you know about it. He would blow you out of the water, we called it. And then from there, I went back down to the 82nd itself to 3505, which used to be the 1505, which was in first. And in between that, though, I went up in Panama, Iraq. From Iraq, we went to, I can't remember all the places I've been to be honest with you. With the Corps headquarters, we went all over the place. We didn't stay in one spot. I was with the part that I was with was called the Assault CP. We were the ones that actually went in ahead of the main body of the Corps headquarters. So like with Iraq, for example, we were there August 5th. Our wheels were up at 1 minute after midnight. We were on our way to Iraq. When we landed there was nothing there. No soldiers, nothing but the Corps headquarters. What we called the Assault CP, which was 4 MP units with M60 machine guns and all the higher, the G1s through G6. And that was kind of a touchy situation because the 82nd should have been there before we were, or the 101st, or even the 24th should have been there before we landed there. So we had to get all that put together and get them all there so we could actually do a mission in Iraq. We were there before the war started and we're there well after the war ended. We was there for approximately 8 months, 9 months.
Did you receive any awards?
Not for doing that. I do have the Meritorious Medal, and I do have, like you said, ARCOMs, and I do got some, but not done today. The only one I really talk about is the Army Achievement, is the Meritorious Service Medal, which, from what I understand now, everybody gets that, so it's not much to talk about.
Sometimes veterans have had a hard time getting their awards that they're due. Do you all help veterans get the awards that they're due? Or is that something that you or a family member has to push through?
It is a resource that we can resource also. We can try to help and assist. Again, we don't find it a part of our business to tell veterans no. Because we know it's a hardship and it's also, it's a family. And if we're not helping one another, it's hard.
One thing that I found kind of ironic, when I come back from Vietnam, I was spit on, cussed, called a baby killer, warmonger, all kinds of things. And when I come back from Iraq, treated like a hero. You know, they had that American pride in the fact that we were against someone that had attacked our country. So, you know, those were the two different things. And there's not very many around that have been in two different conflicts. They've been in one or the other. There's a few around here that are still around that have been in like Korea and Vietnam. And there's a few been in Vietnam and Iraq. So there's a lot of history in this county that we would like to get together and compile for our county records.
Well, hopefully we can do that together. That's our goal.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.